You see the little shit going. That's a video.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi had this to say as he predicts the next fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and he said this: Deontay Wilder will never beat Tyson Fury again. And he goes in depth and he says that Wilder is a very good fighter and one of the best in the world, but I don't think he will ever beat Tyson Fury. No, Fury has his number, and the number of the entire heavyweight division, said Paulie Malignaggi. He said, I don't think anyone in the division can beat Fury right now. The only person who beats Fury is Tyson Fury himself if he loses his mind. Half-asses it in training and falls off the wagon again. He's more mature now, and I don't expect that to happen. He says, there's no bad blood from me towards Wilder until there was bad blood from him. I am nobody's cheerleader. I am an analyst, said Paulie. I actually liked Deontay Wilder. Like most fighters, this is how we make our living. It's a short window, and I love watching guys achieve their dreams. I have a job, and whether I'm your friend or not, I have to do my job no matter if we're cool or not. I don't expect an athlete to be happy with criticism, but at the same time, my criticism is not from a perspective of trying to bring anyone down, okay? I've been on the wrong end of bad decisions, and anytime I see one, I want to make sure I put it out there. I was disgusted with the decision of the first Wilder and Fury fight. Those are the words of Paulie Malignaggi. Now, listening to Paulie, if this shows anything, people, this shows how unbiased Paulie is. And let me explain. A lot of these guys, Deontay Wilder in particular, is surrounded by a lot of people that says things that he wants to hear. Okay? Mind you, says things that he wants to hear instead of saying things that he needs to hear. Okay? That's apparent. Okay? And then it shows through and through. And Paulie doesn't want to be one of those guys. Okay? He doesn't want to be one of those guys that says something just for the sake of saying it because it's the political thing to do. He's a Showtime analyst, right? Well, Deontay Wilder spent a lot of his career fighting on Showtime. Well, and in that case, a lot of those guys, they tend to cater towards the fighter that is signed to that network, okay, that has a promotional deal with that network. And a lot of these commentators, you know, they wing towards that fighter because he signed with that network. For example, Triple G was once where they signed to HBO, so therefore, you know, somebody will catch Triple G with a hook dead square, and they'll say, oh, good hook by Triple G, right? And I'm like, no, Triple G's just got a hit. What the hell are you looking at? But that's the type of thing that they do over there. And I feel that Deontay Wilder, since he's surrounded by these people, these yes men, so to speak, he doesn't know when to hear, or he doesn't take criticism well because he's not accustomed to hearing it. If you're used to a guy like, oh man, you're great, Deontay, man, you're awesome, oh, you're the hardest hitter in boxing history, but then you hear anyone that says anything opposite of that, you call it hating, or you call it criticism, or you call him biased. No, Paulie was a commentator for your network, and he's just telling you how he sees things, regardless of what job he does. Yes, he has a job, but he has enough dignity to know, because he's also an ex-fighter himself, and he knows that he's been in situations where he should have got that decision, and he knows. Like, I think Adrian Broner did enough to win, but I think Paulie could have outworked him. You know, when he fought Baby Bull in Texas, they robbed him, I feel. You know what I mean? and then he fought him again in another place, and it was a totally different decision. All right, same type of fight, same fighters, but so he knows what it's like to be the shitty end of the stick when it comes to decisions. Okay, so that's him. So that gives him that dignified understanding. Like, look, I'm gonna do my job regardless of who I work for, who Deontay Wilder signed with. I call it like I see it. And he's seen Tyson Fury outboxing Deontay Wilder the last fight. Does that mean he doesn't like Wilder? No. And like he said, it didn't come from here. The bad blood did not come from Paulie. It's just Deontay Wilder doesn't like anybody criticizing him. He wants people to kiss his ass because that's what he's accustomed to doing, of seeing, of hearing. People coming at him, smiling. Oh, Deontay. When anyone says anything contrary to that, you're a hater. He's a bitch, right? He doesn't know shit about, he's always been a bitch and all that. So you start blasting this man because this man has an opinion. You know, and I don't see why he would take it that hard. But you have to blame the people that side with Wilder. They never really told him anything that he needs to hear. Ultimately, my opinion, that's why he lost in the first place. Okay? They should have learned from the first Fury fight. That right hand ain't gonna always save you. He should have learned that from there because he got up from the punches. The only difference was Tyson Fury wasn't giving him that firepower that he needed to take Wilder down and out like he did in the second fight. That was the only difference. Fury stopped boxing and started using fire with fire. Okay, and then he should have known better. If they would have been too busy kissing his ass instead of, because this is what I think. I think Diaz did so much ass kissing to Deontay Wilder, right? When they were training and all this, and everything he did was so good and so great and super and fantastic and terrific and all that shit, to the point where Mark Breland was probably trying to get him to do other things, but he was getting overshadowed by the cheerleader. Go, Deontay! Yeah, that's good, Deontay. This is after training stuff. This ain't beginning training stuff. This is late training stuff. You know what I mean? Well, Mark Breland was kind of like, he ain't listening to me, right? So ultimately, Mark Breland was the guy that was able to save him because he knew, okay, I knew it was a time this would be. Wilder doesn't have his skill set. He doesn't have enough tools. He hasn't worked on enough things in different situations. He hasn't trained hard enough. And therefore, that's why he got his ass whooped. And I think Mark Breland was the snake in the grass. I think he was one of them, right? And I think that was the one guy that was not kissing his ass, was not saying, oh, he's great, he's this, he's that. You know what I mean? I don't think he was doing all that. But he was the only guy that been in the ring before. Just like who? Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi's also been in the ring. He's also seen decisions that went bad, that should have went another way. He's going to call it like he sees it because he's been involved. He's been a part of that. He's had a taste of that corruption. Okay, so, yes. Paulie Malignaggi said his opinion. Now, here's my counterpunch to Paulie. I understand Paulie. I respect his opinion. I think he's a great analyst. That may be true, right? Tyson Fury may have his number. He might not be able to fight Tyson Fury. But let me shine some light on it. That may be the case. But then again, it may not be the case. Okay? Because we have to remember that Deontay Wilder can still punch. You know what I mean? And I think he needs to understand that he needs to land more combinations instead of trying to load up on one shot and thinking that's going to do it. Because even if he hits Tyson Fury, okay, and he comes back and he fights with, and he has his legs this time, and he doesn't wear the costume this time, and he goes in there strong like he normally is, and he don't have the extra weight on him this time, and he does hit Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury's going to get back up. Okay? So when he gets back up, he's not going to go out quietly. This time, Deontay Wilder knows if I hit this guy this time, he's going to get up, and I have to be smart. If I go in there with that wild shit, he's going to beat the piss out of me because he's going to punch in between my punches, inside my wide punches. These punches here are coming from Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury's going to be fighting inside. So he needs to be prepared for that. That's if he can put Fury down again. But if he does put Fury down again, that'll be, at least be better than the second rematch, the second fight, because he didn't do anything. Tyson Fury was nowhere near being hurt in that fight at all. I didn't even see no twitching, no stiffness of the legs, no hesitation from the punches that he landed, right? Seen some behind the head shots, but that's typical Deontay, right? I mean, that's what I see. Now, can he win? Can he win? He could win because he has his puncher's chance, right? But that may be the case. Wilder may have his number. I mean, Fury may have Wilder's number. But does that mean Wilder should quit? No. That's just one person that beat him at the end of the day. He's had 3 fights with the guy. He's lost twice to that guy. Okay, you just can't beat that guy. Deal with it. But that don't mean you can't beat Joshua or White or, you know what I mean? I'm not going to throw Wilder under the bus like that because, again, he still has the punch. Now, the danger of that is another thing, which I'm going to cover in another video because that's going to get lengthy and I'm running out of video. But Paulie, you know, is hell-bent and he's determined that Tyson Fury will beat Deontay Wilder again. You guys tell me what you think about Paulie's prediction. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.